Let's have a little fun today. Tell me honestly, have you ever caught yourself thinking, how do I make him lose control? How do I make him feel me so deeply that he literally can't hold back? Because let's face it, there's something incredibly powerful about knowing you can touch a man in a way that makes him moan. And I'm not just talking about what happens under the sheets. I'm talking about those moments where your lips alone can send electricity through his body and make him feel a level of intimacy he can't find anywhere else. Here's the crazy part. Most people think it takes complicated techniques or wild bedroom moves to truly drive a man insane with desire. But in reality, it's the simplest things that have the biggest impact. And your lips, they're not just for kissing. They are tools of seduction, of comfort, of connection. They can whisper things that go straight to his heart. They can kiss him in ways that take his breath away. And they can tease him until he's begging for more. Think about it. Your lips can speak love. They can speak desire. They can even speak playfulness without you saying a single word. And when you know how to use them intentionally, you don't just get a kiss, you get that deep reaction, that moan, that tells you you've completely gotten under his skin. So today, I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to give you 5 ways to make him moan with just your lips. And I promise you, if you apply even one of these, you'll see the difference instantly. Are you ready to discover the secret power your lips already hold? Let's dive in. When it comes to making a man moan with just your lips, the first thing you have to understand is that it's not always about the physical kiss. It's about the way your lips deliver words that no one else gets to hear. Think about it. When someone whispers something to you, it automatically feels more intimate. It's private. It's exclusive. It's like the two of you are in your own little world where nobody else exists. That alone is powerful. Now imagine combining that exclusivity with desire, affection, or even playful teasing. That's the kind of thing that doesn't just make him smile, it makes him melt. So how do you use this? It's simple, but it requires presence and timing. The next time you're close to him, instead of saying something out loud in a normal tone, lean in. Let your lips barely graze his ear or brush against the side of his neck. Lower your voice, slow your pace, and tell him something that only he gets to know in that moment. It could be a compliment that goes beyond the usual. Don't just say, "You look good." Whisper, "I can't stop thinking about how sexy you look in that shirt." Or instead of, "I like being with you," say, "I love the way I feel when I'm wrapped up in your arms." And it doesn't always have to be sweet. Sometimes it's even more powerful when it's playful or naughty. Imagine you're at dinner with friends, sitting close together, and you lean in and whisper something cheeky that only he hears. That instant smirk, that shift in his body language, that's the moment you know you've hit him somewhere deeper than the surface. It's not just the words, it's the intimacy of how you delivered them. Your lips are the messenger of secrets, and that creates a bond that no one else shares with him. Men are starved for genuine private admiration. The world often expects them to be strong, stoic, and unshaken. But when you whisper something personal, something just for him, you break through that armor. You tell him, without saying it outright, "You're special, you're mine. I see sides of you nobody else does." And when he feels that safe, when he feels chosen like that, his natural reaction isn't just emotional, it's physical. That's when you hear that little moan slip out, because he literally can't contain the way you're making him feel. Now, the key here is authenticity. Don't just whisper something because you think it sounds sexy. Whisper what you really feel in that moment. Maybe you're wrapped up in his arms and you genuinely feel safe. Whisper that. Maybe you notice how hard he's been working lately and you're proud of him. Whisper that. Or maybe you just can't stop thinking about what you want to do to him later. Whisper that. When your lips deliver words that are real, it amplifies everything. Beauty of whispering is that it forces closeness. You can't whisper to someone from across the room. You have to be right there, inches away. That closeness, paired with the warmth of your breath on his skin, sends shivers through him before you've even finished your sentence. It's a sensory experience. The sound of your voice, the touch of your lips brushing near his ear, the meaning of your words, all of it combines to hit him on multiple levels at once. And here's a little secret most women don't realize: men crave this just as much as women do. They may not admit it, but every man wants to feel like he's the center of your private world. When you whisper something no one else knows, you're not just making him feel desired, you're making him feel chosen. And that, more than anything, is what makes him lose control in the best way. So Never underestimate the power of your lips to deliver words, because sometimes one whisper in the right moment can do more than 100 kisses ever could. One of the most underrated ways to make a man moan with just your lips is to kiss him in places he doesn't expect. Most of us automatically go for the lips because that's what we're used to. But here's the thing, when you always kiss him in the same spot, it becomes routine, predictable, and routine never makes someone lose control. What truly drives a man wild is the element of surprise, because it shows him that you're playful, unpredictable, and paying attention to his body in ways other women might not. Think about the first time someone kissed you somewhere unexpected. Maybe it was a kiss on your shoulder, your hand, or even the top of your head. Do you remember how it made you stop for a second, like your body wasn't prepared for that sensation? That's exactly the feeling you want to create for him, because when you catch him off guard with where you place your lips, his brain immediately registers it as special. It's not the automatic, everyday kiss. It's something unique, something crafted just for him in that moment. Start small. Next time you're leaning in, instead of going straight for his lips, let your mouth linger by his jawline. Place a slow kiss right at the edge where his jaw meets his neck. That spot is insanely sensitive for a lot of men. Or when you're hugging him from behind, instead of just resting your head on his shoulder, press your lips to the back of his neck. Watch how he reacts. You'll often feel a shiver run through him before you even hear a sound escape. That's his body telling you, yes, this is doing something to me. It doesn't always have to be sensual, though. Sometimes the most powerful, unexpected kisses are the tender ones. Imagine you're walking together holding his hand, and you bring his hand up to your lips and kiss it gently. Simple, right? But so rare. Most men never experience that kind of affection, and when they do, it hits them on a deeper emotional level. It tells him, I see you, I appreciate you, and I'm not afraid to show it. That kind of kiss might not make him moan out loud, but trust me, it makes him feel something inside that's just as intense. Now, let's talk about the element of teasing. If you really want to push him over the edge, don't just surprise him with where you kiss him. Surprise him with how slowly you do it. Kiss his shoulder lightly, then his chest, then hover near his collarbone before pulling away. It builds a rhythm of anticipation. He never knows where your lips are going to land next, and that unpredictability keeps his body on high alert. And when a man is that tuned into you, that's when those involuntary moans start slipping out. And don't underestimate the power of playful, everyday moments. Maybe you're lying on the couch watching a movie together, and you randomly lean over and kiss his temple, or the tip of his nose, or even his eyelids. It's tender, it's unexpected, and it makes him feel cared for in a way that goes beyond physical attraction. Because here's the truth, a man doesn't just moan when his body feels good, he moans when his soul feels connected to you. The more creative you are with where you place your kisses, the more you stand out in his mind. He starts to associate you with excitement, with intimacy, with surprise, and he'll find himself craving your lips, not just on his mouth, but everywhere, because he knows that with you, kissing is never boring, never predictable, and never just routine. It's always an experience. So if you want to make him moan with just your lips, don't always give him what he expects. Give him something better. Kiss him where he least expects it, and you'll watch how quickly his body and his heart responds. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. Anticipation is often more powerful than instant gratification. When it comes to making a man moan with just your lips, it's not always about giving him everything he wants right away. It's about making him wait for it. Teasing with your lips is like playing a beautiful game of tension. You're building up desire little by little until he can't hold it in anymore. And that's when you get that delicious, involuntary reaction, the moan that escapes without him even realizing it. Think about it this way. When you walk into a room and smell something incredible cooking in the kitchen, the anticipation of the meal almost excites you more than the actual eating. Your mouth waters, your senses are heightened, your body is on edge. That's exactly what teasing does to him. Your lips, when used the right way, can create that same mouth watering, nerve-tingling edge of his seat anticipation. And that anticipation is what makes the payoff so explosive. So how do you do it? Start with closeness. Lean in like you're about to kiss him on the lips, but don't. Hover there for just a second. Let your lips brush his without fully connecting. That near contact where he can feel your breath, where your mouths are so close but not quite touching, drives him absolutely insane. Because in his head, he's already tasting you. He's already there. And when you pull back just slightly, it creates that delicious frustration that builds desire. Another way to tease is through light, playful touches. Instead of locking in to a deep kiss right away, let your lips graze along his neck, then stop. Move to his jawline, then stop again. Maybe trace your lips along the edge of his ear, then pull away with a smile. The key is unpredictability. Don't give him a rhythm he can get used to. Switch it up. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Sometimes a soft peck, sometimes a lingering kiss. That variety keeps his body guessing, and the more he has to wonder what's coming next, the more his body responds. Here's another powerful tease: the retreat. Start kissing him deeply. Let him get lost in it, then suddenly pull away just enough to leave him chasing your lips. Watch his reaction. His body will instinctively lean forward because he's craving more. That moment right there is when you have the power. You've got him hooked, you've got him invested, and you've got him moaning before you even touch him again. And teasing doesn't always have to be physical. You can combine your lips with playful words in between kisses. Imagine kissing him slowly, then pausing to whisper, "You have no idea what you do to me," before pulling back with a sly smile. Those words mixed with the teasing pace hit him in a way that's both emotional and physical. It's the perfect cocktail of passion and connection. What teasing does is build a sense of hunger. And here's the secret: when you make him hungry, he values the feast even more. A kiss given after a moment of playful teasing feels 10 times more electrifying than one that came too easily. Because by the time your lips fully give him what he's craving, his body is already on edge, primed and ready for that release. That's why the moan comes. It's not just about the kiss, it's about the build-up to the kiss. So don't think of your lips only as tools to please him instantly. Think of them as instruments of seduction. Use them to play with his senses, to keep him guessing, to create a rhythm of wanting and waiting. When you master that art of teasing, you'll realize that sometimes it's not the kiss itself that makes him moan, it's everything that leads up to it. Most women use their lips for affection. And don't get me wrong, that's beautiful. A kiss on the cheek, a soft "I love you," or a sweet compliment, those things build love, safety, and trust. But if you want to make a man moan, if you want to unlock that raw, visceral reaction that comes straight from his core, you can't only use your lips for affection, you have to use them for desire. Because desire is what makes him feel wanted, needed, irresistible. And when a man feels that from you, his entire body responds in ways he can't control. Here's the difference. Affection is about comfort. It's "you mean something to me, you matter." Desire is about hunger. It says, "I can't stop thinking about you. I need you." Both are important, but when you blend them together, when your lips deliver not only love, but also craving, that's when you create magic. That's when you hear him groan, moan, and completely give in to the moment. So how do you use your lips to speak desire? It starts with intention. Instead of just saying, "You're amazing," lean in close, let your lips brush his ear and whisper, "You drive me absolutely crazy." That's not affection, that's raw desire. Instead of saying, "I love spending time with you," try, "I can't stop thinking about what I want to do to you later." Do you see the difference? One makes him feel loved, the other makes him feel wanted. And here's something most people don't realize: men crave to be desired just as much as women do. In fact, many men go through life never truly feeling like someone wants them beyond their achievements or what they provide. When you use your lips to tell him exactly how much he turns you on, you're giving him a gift he rarely receives. That's why his reaction is so strong, because in that moment, he's not just the provider, the protector, or the strong guy. He's your obsession. The tone you use matters just as much as the words. Slow it down, lower your voice, add a little breatherness to your whisper. You don't have to scream to communicate desire. In fact, the quieter you say it, the more powerful it becomes. When your lips deliver those words softly, like they're meant for him and only him, it hits him harder than anything loud ever could. Desire can also be playful. You don't have to always go deep and serious with it. Sometimes a cheeky grin followed by, "You look so hot right now, I can barely focus," is enough to drive him crazy. Or teasing him with, "Do you have any idea what you do to me when you walk in like that?" keeps things fun and light while still dripping with attraction. Playful desire is just as intoxicating as serious desire because it shows you're not afraid to let your craving for him come through. And here's the best part: when you speak desire with your lips, you don't just turn him on physically, you connect with him emotionally too. Because desire tells him, "I choose you. It tells him that out of everyone in the world, he is the one who gets this side of you. That combination of being both loved and lusted after is what makes him feel truly seen. And that feeling, that blend of security and passion, is what makes him moan. Not just because of your lips on his body, but because of your lips telling him he's everything you want. So don't be afraid to use your lips to say what's really on your mind. Don't hold back your desire because you think it's too much. Trust me, men want to hear it. They want to feel it. And when they do, their bodies will tell you exactly how much they love it. You could learn every kissing trick in the world, the perfect pressure, the right rhythm, the exact way to tilt your head. But here's the truth: technique alone will never make a man moan. What makes him moan is the emotion behind the kiss. Because a technically flawless kiss without feeling is just practice. But when you kiss him with all the emotion, passion, and desire inside of you, that's when he feels something he can't get anywhere else. That's when he reacts, not because you touched his lips, but because you touched his soul. Think about the difference between a polite kiss and one that makes your knees go weak. A polite kiss has the motions, it's quick, maybe even sweet, but it doesn't leave an impact. The kiss that makes you lose yourself, that's the kiss where you can feel the other person's heart in it. It's the one where they slow down, melt into you, and let their emotions pour out through their lips. That's the kiss that stays with you. That's the kiss that makes you moan without even realizing it. When you kiss him, ask yourself, what am I communicating right now? Am I saying, this is routine? Or am I saying, you mean the world to me and I want you right now more than anything? Because your lips can say all of that without a single word. If you kiss him like he's the only man on earth, he'll feel it. If you kiss him like you can't get enough, he'll feel that too. And those feelings are what make him lose control. The key is to be present. Don't rush. Don't think about whether your technique is perfect. Instead, let yourself feel everything in the moment and let your lips translate that. If you're feeling deep affection, let your kiss linger soft and slow, like you never want to let go. If you're feeling raw passion, let your kiss be hungry, urgent, almost uncontrollable. The more your kiss reflects your emotions, the more powerful it becomes. Here's something most people don't realize. Men are emotional creatures too. They may not always show it the same way women do, but they crave that emotional connection just as much. When your kiss carries emotion, you're giving him permission to feel, to let go, to surrender. And that's when he moans, not just because it feels good, but because it feels real. Imagine this: you're kissing him after he's had a rough day. Instead of a quick peck, you hold his face, you look into his eyes for a moment, and then you kiss him slowly, like you're pouring all your love and support into that one act. Do you know what happens? His body relaxes, his defenses drop, and he feels seen and cared for. That kiss full of emotion can make him moan softly, not out of lust this time, but out of relief and connection. On the flip side, imagine you're overwhelmed with desire for him. You don't just give him a neat, timed kiss. You kiss him like you're starving, like you need him. That raw hunger tells him exactly how much you want him, and that's when he groans, grips you tighter, and completely surrenders to the moment. So don't overthink your lips as tools of technique. Think of them as translators of your heart. When you kiss him, let him feel what you're feeling: love, passion, need, tenderness, or hunger. That's what makes him addicted to you. That's what makes your kisses unforgettable. And that's what makes him moan in ways that no technique ever could. So here's what I want you to remember. Making a man moan with just your lips isn't really about technique or tricks or some secret move that only a few people know. It's about how you use your lips to connect with him on every level, physically, emotionally, and even mentally. When you whisper things no one else knows, when you kiss him in places he doesn't expect, when you tease him and build anticipation, when you speak not just affection but raw desire, and when you kiss him with emotion instead of just routine, you're not just kissing him, you're creating an experience he'll never forget. And that's why he moans, not just because it feels good, but because he feels chosen, desired, and consumed by you. That sound, that reaction is his body's way of saying, you've got me, you've reached me. So ladies, don't underestimate the power you already have. Your lips aren't just for kissing. They're instruments of intimacy, passion, and connection. Use them with confidence, use them with playfulness, and most importantly, use them with intention. Because when you do, you'll realize it's not about making him moan once, it's about making him crave you over and over again. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these 5 are you most excited to try first? Drop it in the comments. I love reading your stories and hearing how these little shifts create big changes in your love life. And if this video gave you value, make sure you hit that like button, share it with your girlfriends who deserve to feel this kind of confidence, and subscribe to the channel for more real, practical advice on love, dating, and relationships. Remember, the kiss itself is not the goal. It's the feeling you create through it. And when you master that, you don't just make him moan, you make him yours.